Do you struggle with caring too much about what other people think of you? Are you also finding that you get misunderstood quite a lot? Maybe you're constantly being inaccurately judged. In this video, we will discover together both practical and mindful ways to stop obsessing over what other people are thinking about you, including my number one way I personally get over other people's opinions of me, which I will reveal at the very end of the video, so make sure you stay and watch until the end. An article was published in 2021 in a London-based newspaper where they did a survey of a large group of adults, and the result of that survey presumed to show what age people stop caring what other people think about them. And guess what that age was? 46 years old. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really do not want to wait until I'm 46 years old to finally kick this habit of caring so much what other people think or are saying about me. I would even go as far to say that becoming immune to other people's opinions and also their false assumptions over your life should be something that we really aim to get to by the time we're in our 30s. And it's definitely a skill that we should be perfecting in our 30s. Now, before we jump into all the ways we can practice not caring what other people think about us, I want us to briefly understand all the implications of living a life where we actually don't kick this habit. You will always look for approval wherever you can get it. This can be so dangerous and toxic and unsafe. Your confidence in yourself and what you can do will forever be fragile, waiting to shatter at any given moment. How you look to others is going to be the constant driving force behind everything you do. You won't do stuff just because it's the right thing to do, the good thing to do, or the just thing to do. Instead, you will only look to do certain things if it makes you look good to others. You will completely lose the ability to be your genuine, authentic self. And you will never really know who you really are or what you really believe in. Which also means that if you don't know who you are, what your core values are, then you are going to look for other people to speak that over your life. So you will just become the person that people are telling you that you are. If we're honest, we often get stuck in a loop of obsessing what other people are thinking about us, or maybe what they are saying about you. And this happens a lot from childhood. Can we all agree that kids can be mean? I have experienced kids being extremely mean. Maybe for you, actually, it wasn't kids. It was a parent or an adult that you were always trying to win their love and their approval. So you hung on every word that they said about you, good and bad. And if you're honest, it's completely spilt into all of your adult friendships and relationships. You are not alone if that is you. The first way to stop caring about what others think about you is through self-awareness. Now, we've talked about this a lot before in my channel. I'll put a link here if you want to go and check out some of those videos. But I think we've all come to the conclusion that self-awareness is extremely important and vital, especially in your adult life. And I would say this is such an important skill to have when you're going into your 30s, and it is a skill that you should be honing while you journey through your 30s. Developing your self-awareness helps you truly and completely understand who you are and your beliefs. It also really helps in knowing your limitations, your values, your strengths, your weaknesses, and you also get to grips with why you do what you do, or why you react the way that you react, why that triggers you so much, why you might even find certain things harder than others. At the core of it, you discover how you, as a unique individual, how you work. Self-awareness is very uncomfortable. It is not glamorous at all, because you really do have to do some gritty soul searching. And you also have to shine a light on probably a lot of things that you don't want to see about yourself. You know, as humans, we would much rather just think about all the areas in life that we are great at, that we excel at, that we find easy, and leave it at that. But that's only half the picture of who you are. So TLDR, if you don't know who you are for yourself, you absolutely 1,000,000% will rely completely on other people telling you and showing you who you are. That is a slippery slope into very severe people pleasing, as well as living a life absolutely obsessed with what other people think about you. Now, it's no surprise that I'm going to tell you that I think therapy is one of the best ways you can start your journey of self-awareness. And this is because you have a person who is completely objective, ask you questions and guide you along this journey, who can also have a professional insight into your answers. If you're not quite there yet with therapy, that's fine. But maybe you're really eager to start to practice being more self-aware, you can do things like keeping a journal. And in that journal, you would make a note of how you handled certain situations that happened throughout the day, why certain things made you feel angry, why certain words made you feel anxious, what was easy for you and what wasn't. Another practical way you can start being self-aware today is to actually ask a few trusted people in your life to give their honest feedback about yourself. Now, I bet you're like, hold on, Tori, you literally just said that I should be getting as far away from what people are saying and thinking about me. Yes, I am, but hear me out. I said a few trusted people. Find a small group of people, maybe just one or two, that you can trust to be honest when you ask them certain questions about yourself. Ask them what they see in you. Ask them how they think you handle certain situations. As much as we try, we cannot be completely objective about ourselves. That's just not something that we can do. So we do need to seek honest feedback from a trusted few. You can also ask a spouse, a parent, a teacher, a best friend, one or two people that you really trust and you know will be honest. Remember to take the feedback that they give you and explore it for yourself. Are they correct in what they are saying about you? Self-awareness is a journey of discovery. You're not going to know it all straight away, but it is so important, especially if you are in your 30s, to start exploring that for yourself. Another way to break this hole that you have of people's opinions over your life is to understand that you will never ever please everyone. Now, as humans, we have this innate fear of rejection. The more popular or accepted we are, the safer we feel in our communities or in our relationships. We live in an extremely diverse world, people of different religions, faiths, different cultures and societies. It is completely, and I want you to hear this, it is completely impossible to please everyone on this earth. So why do we even try in the first place? By the time we reach our 30s, we should all be very clear on what our core values are, what we believe in, even if we haven't figured everything out yet. I am not saying for 1 minute that we have to understand everything about life and everything we could possibly believe in, but you should have a set of core values. Why not practically write them down? Why not make a belief statement for your life? A concrete set of values that you hold dear for yourself. Now, if you can't do that yet, no problem. Then I would encourage you to take some time to search out what's important to you. What are your non-negotiables? We all have them. What do you believe in? What do you want from life? What defines success for you? You will know that you've reached a place of clarity when you can confidently write a lot of those things down. If you'd like to support myself in this channel, then consider subscribing and being part of the family that we have here. Also, make sure you like and share this video as well. Every little bit helps. Now, a third way to kick this habit of caring what other people think about us may be harder for some than others. Then that is to let go of the idea of perfection. Oof, that hit me hard. I don't know about you, but I struggle so much with this. Perfectionism is a dangerous ailment to live by. Not only do you expect yourself to be perfect, but you also put the weight on yourself to control everything around you to make it perfect, including being seen as perfect in other people's eyes. Perfectionists completely crack under words of criticism or negative feedback. Even if they don't overtly show it in the moment, on the inside, they will be feeling torn apart. That is for sure something that I used to do and sometimes I still do. As perfectionists, we do not take criticism well. We do not take feedback well, unless it is gleamingly positive, because we feel like when someone points out something slightly negative or critiques us in some way, it feels like we have done something wrong and we have completely failed. I am personally a recovering perfectionist. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I do slip back into my old ways of trying so hard to be perfect at everything, because I find my value in that. I find who I am in being reliable, dependable, and perfect. And I've had to work so hard in breaking that habit, because at the root of that, even though it was just me trying to be good and to do good things and to do things right, at the root of it was I didn't want people to not think that I wasn't good. I didn't want people to think badly of me. And so I've had to really work on that. And maybe you're like me and you struggle with the same things. You're not alone in this. And with hard work, you can break out of that. A fourth way of practicing the art of not caring what other people think about you is to find your tribe, your crew, your squad, your group, your homies. Find your people, find the right community for you. Surround yourself with positive, compassionate, honest, and respectful people. Find people who can actually truly accept who you are, warts and all. An article that was written in Psychology Today says this so much better than I think I ever could. And they say that somewhere out there are people who can identify with you and appreciate you for who you are. Don't waste time trying to hang on to those who expect you to conform to their wishes and wants. Cultivate authenticity, and you'll find those you are meant to be with. As Brown writes in Daring Greatly, because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. Another way you can stop this obsession with what other people think about you is by being content in your own company. Like the quote I just read, it's all about self-acceptance. Be your own friend. I know that might sound like kind of lame, but no, actually, be your own friend. Love who you are. Get to know who you are. Sometimes I take this to the extreme and I personally can get too comfortable being alone. And if I'm not careful, I start putting less and less value on being around others and also trying to cultivate different relationships. I'm very good at being alone, which is something I'm trying to fix. The more you can know yourself, understand yourself, love yourself, and have the confidence in who you are, the less other people's unimportant opinions about you will matter. Also, if you're anything like me, I absolutely cannot stand when I am misunderstood. I cannot handle when someone misunderstands something I've said to them or misunderstands my intentions. One way I've been trying to really improve on this particular part of not caring what other people think is to actually spend time with myself and really appreciate who I am. So that I know even when I do get misunderstood, it does not shake my view of myself. It does not question my value. Another important part to that is also to expect to be misunderstood by others. Expect it. Assume it's going to happen. Because it will. We process everything by the experiences that we've had, right? So if someone hasn't grown up like me or have had a similar life, it's really hard for them to accurately judge my true intentions. So I actually expect them to get it wrong, honestly. You know, of course, people can't read my mind. They don't know for sure what I meant or what I was trying to say or how I thought I was coming across. How many arguments have happened because you in your head think you are coming across a certain way, but the other person is receiving it a completely different way. So TLDR, expect to be misunderstood. It's going to happen. It's a part of life. And you have to learn to be okay with it. I'm still not quite there yet, but I'm slowly getting there. The main theme that has been running through this video about learning to not care what other people think about you is to work on being secure in who you are. One of the biggest ways that I personally practice this is by knowing who God says I am. This may not relate to you, and that's absolutely fine. But I wouldn't be my honest or authentic self if I didn't say that as a Christian, I base my identity, who I am, on what God says about me in the Bible. I am saved, I am redeemed, I am justified, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I am more than a conqueror. I could go on and on. Knowing that who I am as Tori is grounded in Christ is the number one way that I fight against this obsession about what other people think about me. Because that's not the most important opinion here. And for me, I am most concerned with who God says I am or what he thinks about me. If you'd like to watch another video on how to thrive in your 30s and not just barely survive it, then make sure you click the video above.